Every Wednesday, these women gather under the canopy to crochet. What is unique about them isn't the act in itself, but the material used. These colorful pieces are discarded polythene bags that have been picked from all over Adamawa's capital, Yola. From it, the women create bags, mats, purses, and so much more. Jennifer Che coordinates this group. She has done so for the past 3 years, since the organization that she works for, American University of Nigeria, decided to do something about heaps of litter all over town.
One of the first things we notice as foreigners when we come to Yola is the rubbish that piles up along the road. And one of the worst environmental pollutants is plastic. Plastic doesn't biodegrade, it just stays there. It stays forever and it causes a lot of health hazards.
Jennifer doesn't do this alone, as she has little access to the women. This is where Madam Esther, as she's fondly called, comes in. Using her Women's Development Center, Esther reaches out to the women in her community.
In the first instance, I will tell you that this polythene leather that is flying all over, we want to get rid of them so that our environment will look clean. Then secondly, I will tell them that you will make money out of it. So, you know, money issue. If they hear of money and somebody that have not been to school, some of them have not been to school, but some of them are educated. So when I tell them, then they will go into it.
The idea was like a double-edged sword that saves the environment as well as empower local women who ordinarily were dependent on their husbands for everything.
Our women are suffering, more especially in the north. Most of them don't go to school. Most of them, if you go to their houses, they hardly get 50 naira to buy Maggi to cook in the afternoon. Their husbands will just go and leave them. They don't have work. So this is now their employer. This recycling is their employer because they get a lot of money out of it.
One beneficiary is Madame Eli. Eli has been a widow since 2001, burdened with the responsibility of catering for 7 children, 4 of which are biologically hers.
This program have really helped me because I used to pay my children's school fees out of it and buy foodstuff out of it.
Madame Elie is diabetic and has 6 children to look after. Until now, she couldn't cater for herself. So now she can look after the children, look after herself. So her health has improved dramatically.
This young woman is another testimony.
When I started this work, my kids are in school and we find it difficult to pay for their school fees. So when we started this work, paying their school fees now is easier for me because out of the work that I made from this work, I paid for their school fees. Sitting at home is not good. The time has gone because women used to wait for their husband to provide for their needs. Now, I call on the other women to come out to help themselves and help their husband and their kids. So as I told you earlier on, out of this work, I even bought laptop for myself. I went to computer school for 3 months. Now I can operate computer, Microsoft Word, spreadsheets, CorelDRAW. So I even train my kids how to do this work. So again, out of this work, even towards early this year, I even bought a plot of land for myself and my husband.
For 13-year-old Saratu, the Waste to Wealth program is a godsend. After recently losing her father to the insurgents ravaging Nigeria's northeast, Saratu's mother struggled to care for her 4 children until she joined this program.
As now, if we do it, we can sell it so that it can solve some problems for us, to create the problems for us.
Although she has only been here for 2 weeks, Saratu is glad to be able to contribute and help out at home. She is now the proud owner of 10,000 naira, a relief to the young girl who dreams of completing her education and becoming a banker. But nylons aren't the only waste materials enriching some women in Yola. These pieces of clothes, usually condemned as rags, have become big business for some other women in Yola. Using this equipment, they skillfully turn the rags into beautiful products like this. Martha is the brain behind this particular innovation. Like Jennifer, she works at the American University of Nigeria.
I'm an architect and I'm working here in the university as an architect, but I started a program with the ladies of the community as a hobby, and it became every day bigger and bigger, and I saw the interest the ladies had in learning something, learning a skill. So I taught them how to do this, the weaving.
The whole point of the project is to generate income for the women by selling the numerous products at reasonable yet profitable rates.
The ladies are selling these rugs right here for 4,000 naira. This is the big rug that they put in the floor. And the placemats, this is for eating on the table, and they're selling it for 1,000 each.
The resultant effect on this set of women and their families is obvious. Since joining the group 3 years ago, Hadiza Umar now assists her husband in fending for the family and sending her 5 children to school. She even makes enough to buy nice things for herself.
I help my children with their school fees, with their books, shoe, like clothes, like lesson, and include my own for food, earrings, everything I like. I'm happy with it, but because I achieve both educational and economy.
Regardless of their initial reservations, the men also pitch in to assist the women by sourcing for more materials from the local tailors within and outside the community.
Sometimes I'm less busy, I'm doing nothing at the home. I saw her doing these things. Then sometimes I see her with money, I say, imagine how this thing is even happening. Then she said from this fabric that she used to do all those things. Then I started gradually, sometimes she used to show me how to do it myself. Then I'm the one that used to go to the tailors and make arrangement with them due to the fabric.
For these women, whether knitting nylons or working with rags, life as they knew it would never be the same again, and they remain ever grateful for that.